offer an online training resource that we can actually customize training pathways for your team based on the size of your team, the activity that you're going to serve in on the field, and the culture that you're going to be immersed in. So based on all of those factors, and through working with the church and the missionary, we can help customize a pathway that's right for your specific short-term mission. And so part of our training in that pathway will include biblical training on what is missions, what does this look like spiritually for you and for your team. It will also include emotional training and team training on how can you as a team build one another up and strengthen one another spiritually and emotionally. And it will also include cultural training specific to the place that you're going to serve in.
At MissioGO, we like to rank mission trips on two axes. One would be like physical difficulty and security. So is it going to a country or a place that has conflict or is currently suffering a natural disaster, that kind of thing. So that's pretty basic. The other thing that we rated on though is the level of cultural engagement. Because the more cultural engagement that you have, the more difficult and the more training the job needs. So it's kind of just a basic thing. If you're going to do a basic construction job where you're basically working with your own construction team from your home culture, that's a low level of cultural engagement. A high end of cultural engagement would be like engaging in evangelism with the nationals of the host culture that you're going to. So we like to rank those two things to give people in the church an idea of the difficulty of the trip that they're going on and the level of training that they need, and it even helps them make determinations about what age limits there might be on the trip and how old they would like people to be when they go on, if they want a minimum requirement or not, or if the trip would be appropriate for younger people, because you can plan a difficult trip for too young of people and it won't work out well. So you want to be able to gauge that and judge the level of difficulty your trip will be. So sometimes trips are kind of designed to insulate a short-term trip from the host culture, and sometimes they're designed to increase engagement with the host culture. And when you're increasing engagement with the host culture, you need a higher level of training. That's why it really helps short-term trip takers to know some basic politeness and courtesy norms. Well, it helps the church be able to judge how their short-term trips have been in the past. Do we have only low-level trips? It helps them to determine age groups, like is this a good one for our youth group? Could junior high kids go on this one? Is this only for adults? It also helps the local church decide how much training they need to accomplish the trip that they're on. And it also helps them interact with their missionary and ask for a level of cultural engagement from them that maybe they haven't asked before. So it lets them know what questions to ask. And then it also helps you in debriefing your short-term trip takers after they come home. You're able to debrief them more appropriately.